Remember on the last tree we had the spokes of the wheel radiating out from this thing? On this compromised deep planted tree, what's happened to this root system during the production process, when it was grown in the nursery and when it was outplanted too deep and not corrected, we have one lone root coming out of this package right now, coming out of this hole. We got a gap. We got another gap. So we're gonna see a very disorganized root system. It's like a bad hair day going on here. It's gonna have a few roots going out. So when we as arborists talk about trying to correct a tree that's been planted too deep from years ago, very often the actual girdling roots that are doing the most damage to the tree above ground are the very roots that are bringing the most nutrients and water into the tree at the same time. We're going to see that unfold in this site. I mean, we are not going to see the spokes of the wheel. We're going to see a few adventitious roots making their way out of this disaster, but we're not going to see the full root plate like you saw with that first tree. All right, so here's our first glimpse into the underside of this tree. Once again, we've got a similar pattern of the roots, the feeder roots, growing prolifically underneath the drip line of this tree, underneath the perimeter of the branches. But what you're seeing, these major structural roots coming out, is a desperate attempt to hang on to the earth. Their orientation is not good. Very often they're cutting across its own root system zone. But we're going to get this thing up out of the ground. We're going to look at the point of attachment, and we're going to also look at those girdling roots that are at the base of the tree. So hopefully we can get this thing cleaned off.